Welcome to HBCU College Admissions Questions. Today we will have two admissions officers from Georgia-based historically black colleges to answer questions that every student needs to know. Today, we will be hearing from an admissions officer from Savannah State University, located in Savannah, Georgia, founded in 1890. We will also be hearing from an admissions officer from Albany State University, located in Albany, Georgia, founded in 1903. How does your college differ from others?
The first thing is the fact that we have two campuses inside of our city. Just long story short, we consolidated with a two-year school back in 2017. So that school was its own school, had its own campus, own gymnasium, student center, etc. When we merged with that school became our West Campus. So we have an Albany State University West Campus, and we have an East Campus where the traditional Albany State was. So that gives students a chance to, go back and forth. There are dormitories on each campus. Like I said, student centers on each campus, dining halls on each campus, athletic facilities on each campus. So students get a chance to really, have the best of both worlds and have two of everything. So yeah, that's one of the things I would say is a little bit different from other colleges. Once again, what makes us a little bit unique is because of that consolidation, now we carry bachelor's degrees like we traditionally did, but we carry associate's degrees. So you can come to ASU, you can get an associate's, you can get a bachelor's, or you can get both.
The way Savannah State differ from other comparable colleges, several things when we look at it from a historical standpoint. We are the oldest public institution within the higher education stratosphere here in the state of Georgia. We're the oldest institution of higher education here in the city of Savannah. We have over 30 different degree programs. Some of our niche programs are marine science. We're the only institution, HBCU, that have that access to the deep water access, so students can be able to get out on actual vessels and do a lot of hands-on research. We have an excellent business college. We have the AACSB accreditation, which is the highest accreditation that any college can have. About 5% of colleges in the world have that accreditation, and Savannah State is one. We have an excellent homeland security and emergency management program, one of the few HBCUs in the country that actually have it. So there's some niche programs and some kind of good things that we have here at Savannah State that kind of put us above some of our competitor institutions.
Are there different admissions requirements for different departments or majors?
Pretty much once you have submitted the application to the university, then you can select a major and you will be put into that degree program. Now, I know we have a teacher education program and they may have a slight different requirement that they may need additional information, but outside of that, all the different degree programs, once you're admitted, then you go right into
There are, of course, we have our standard admissions requirements for incoming freshmen, which is only a 2.0 now, so we're not taking the ACT or SAT scores. You can submit them if you like, but we are test optional because of COVID-19. But let's say, for example, you got in as a freshman, you took your core classes, but you were a nursing major and you wanted to go into nursing. Their GPA, they have their own GPA requirement, which is a 2.8. You have to take the TEAS test, which is the nursing test. So yes, different departments have their own admissions requirements.
What type of support is offered for freshmen?
For incoming freshmen, we have what we call the first and second year experience. In that first and second year experience, we kind of track our freshmen to make sure that they're matriculating, the way they should be during their first and their second year. We track their grades. We kind of check in on them. They have to come to their office. It's not our office in admissions, but it's our student success office. They kind of look in on them and make sure that they're doing what they need to do. We have feelers and things out there so that when their grades slip, we're notified and we can notify them before the academic probation point. So those are some ways that we definitely offer support for those freshmen.
We have different levels of support that we give students. We started through our onboarding process with the new Tiger enrollment session. So at that session, we talk with students and parents as far as making that transition to college. We also introduced our concept of the momentum approach, which deals with academic mindset, which deals with purposeful choice and choosing a major. And then another component that we're adding to as far as career exploration, to make sure that the degree program that you're selecting, that you kind of have in mind what are your career goals, and that way you can chart that out over the next 3 or so years. And if there's any changes that need to be made, then we try to address that at least by the end of that sophomore year. So when they go into their junior year with those major classes, they are now put into that correct major if they want to make that change.
Do students get help finding internships?
We have a actual Office of Career Services and Leadership, and in that office, Mr. Shed Dawson is responsible for helping those students connect with an actual internship, and he's putting some programs together now to kind of work with those students early to kind of identify, again, the major, what job you want to go into, what internship opportunity you can possibly take early into your degree program to ensure that's the path that you want to go into. And if there's a change that needs to be happening, we can make that adjustments. We also have career fairs and other partnerships that we have with various different companies to kind of help our students kind of get themselves on that right career track while they're in college. Through our Center of Student Success and Retention, we have a series of different services to include tutoring and mentoring and some of those components that if a student is finding themselves in any academic trouble or find themselves in any personal trouble and need to reach out for help, then we have those services. We tell students, help is not a bad four-letter word. So if you need it, it's a free service that we provide to the students. Different workshops that are put on. We center around the momentum approach and academic mindset and purpose for choice. So that, in addition to the actual subject matter that we can tutor students on, we have that kind of support wraparound services for those students to make sure they're successful.
You can find internships within your major. Our criminal justice degree, for example, has a lot of different internships at crime labs, police departments, etc. But our career services department helps students find internships as well. So depending on your major and what you're studying there, you can find internships either way, really.
What do students enjoy most about your college?
Wow, a lot, I'd say. Off the top of my head, we have a lot of different things we do. For example, Wild Out Wednesdays. That's a day where students can come to the student center. We have music playing, and a lot of times organizations will set up tables, and you can come find out about organizations that we have. We have over 60 plus organizations. So they'll put tables out, and you can kind of find out. We'll do raffles, we'll do bake sales out there, all different type of things going on. Of course, sports is big at ASU as well. So students definitely enjoy our sports.
Definitely the location, because we are a destination location. Savannah is one of the top, if not the top tourist spots here in the state of Georgia. So we tell students they're 5 minutes away from downtown Savannah, they're 15 minutes away from Tybee Island Beach, so you have the location. And then most of all, the family atmosphere that we have here at Savannah State. Everybody from the president to the individuals working at the guard gate has a vested interest in making sure students are successful. So we've become that Tiger family, so to speak, for their students. So as they transition from their actual biological family, they come to the Tiger family, which consists of a bunch of aunts, uncles, and grandparents and the like. That's going to make sure that they're on track and give them that support that they need in order to matriculate and graduate from the institution.
What is your favorite tradition on campus?
The convocation that we have for our freshman students at Freshman Student Convocation. That's our way of welcoming them into the university, having that opportunity to help them make that transition from being at that point a high school senior to now an official Tiger, to kind of give them the rules of the road as it relates to the institution, our expectation, and have them kind of interact with us. So we normally do that around the week of welcome. So we've done that for the last couple of years, and I really have enjoyed being a part of that program, and just watching the new students come in and just telling them that hey, you can do it, that we're here to support you and provide my contact information if needed.
Wow. Well, I am a graduate of Albany State University. So let me say that for me, it's got to be homecoming. It's got to be homecoming. You probably get that answer from a lot of people, but for me, homecoming, because you know how homecoming is. You get a chance to see all your old friends. Also, Founders Day is a big tradition for me. We were founded in 1903 by Joseph Winthrop Holly. His grave site is actually on our campus, in the center of our campus. So during Founders Day, we walk to his grave site, and we kind of pay homage to him because he's our founder. So that's one of my favorite traditions as well.
What are some advantages associated with being a part of the college's alumni network?
I think any grad from any college would tell you that it's super important and advantageous, if you will, know of your alumni and what they're doing, because oftentimes, we all know there's a little bit of who you know along with your skills. But if you see a couple of applications and you see Albany State come across the table, it could be advantageous to you. So what we do is we like to, for example, on Facebook, we have a alumni page called ASU Headquarters. So what we do is we kind of identify who's doing what, who owns businesses, what alumni are mayors, doctors, etc. And we kind of push that out to our students and kind of let them join the group as well. So that way they know the network of alumni. And when it's time to get a job, they know who to seek out.
Definitely, you have a network of individuals who are in pretty much every academic and professional endeavor. So you build that network. A lot of our alums have been extremely supportive financially, giving back to the institution in the area of scholarships, as well as providing those internships and other opportunities for those students to be successful. A lot of them come back and speak to the students, so that way those students can see that these are individuals who have graduated from Savannah State and see where they have landed, and let them know that they can be able to land there too. One of the unofficial phrases that we've used here at Savannah State is you can get anywhere from here. So we definitely believe in that. And by having that alumni network, it reinforces and shows the students that you can indeed get anywhere from here.
Is there anything else you would like to tell a prospective student about your school?
And for over 130 years, we have educated some of the best and brightest, not only here in the state of Savannah or in the state of Georgia, just across the board. So again, students can come to this institution. There's a small family atmosphere that we have here. We try to keep the class sizes small, so that way you're not just a number. You know your professor, you know your students. Everybody here has a vested interest in making sure you are successful. And then again, students can be able to come and be a part of the Tiger Nation, see what we mean by means of Tiger Pride, and definitely just be a representation and be a ambassador for this institution once they graduate and go into whatever career endeavor they decide or they so choose.
Albany State is the, we call ourselves the unsinkable, indestructible Albany State University, where potential is realized. We feel that all students have potential, and it's our job to realize that once they come on campus. We also feel that excellence is the standard. And if they come to our school, we feel that they will be a part of that. I do want seniors to know that if they are interested in applying to Albany State, we do have fee waiver codes available. So if they want a fee waiver code, all they have to do is email us. We are test optional, so we're not looking at ACT or SAT scores if you have not taken it. We want them to know we have over 60 plus programs here at ASU. And also right now, because of our enrollment, we have over 6,500 students. We are an HBCU right now. We're the largest HBCU in the state of Georgia and the 10th largest HBCU in the United States. Yeah, so there are over 107 HBCUs, so we're the 10th largest. So we just want people to know that, because they don't know a lot about ASU, but we're kind of like that hidden jewel down south in Southwest Georgia. So
thank you for attending HBCU College Admissions Questions, and a special thank you to Savannah State University and Albany State University for participating.